What's up, everybody? This is Miko, the entrepreneur. I am here with Marin.
Mhm.
Um, I still hear an echo. It's weird. That's on your end, though.
Do you hear an echo from
So
my
I
end?
don't know if it's
It's probably my.
like, no, I can hear the echo of me talking. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So I put this on the No Beverage channel because this is the business that I had to close. So it's not on the Miko channel. So I don't know what's wrong with my Wi-Fi. Okay. So, all right. Now, some people, we put I just put a post in the Facebook page, on the Facebook page. Uh, Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm trying to go to Facebook now, see if it's on there. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm trying to bring up the post to tell people. Okay. If you're coming to the channel, to the Dope Beverage channel, what you're watching now, the Facebook food. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Why I keep going out? Okay. So it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to tell our stories, hopefully, if the internet, for some reason, I don't know why it's going in and out, but we're going to tell our stories of how we purchased a food trailer and how this company, One Fat Frog, stole $3 million from over 700 people. Now, you're probably wondering, didn't you do your research? That's probably one of the questions. Of course, we did our research when I bought, when I started watching them. And then when I moved to Orlando, I went to them and everything was great until, give me 1 second, I do apologize. Okay. So I don't know when you guys will see this notification, but we did post in the Victim of One Fat Frog food truck and trailers uh, Facebook page. So the post is there. I just posted and I put the link. So hopefully people will come on. All right. So I put the invite link for the victims who want to speak about their experience. So I'm going to go first, and then Marin can go, and then hopefully we'll get more people to go. All right. So as I was saying, I was I wanted to grow my business, and I moved back to Orlando to do so. I was watching One Fat Frog YouTube channel, and everybody seemed so happy. They were getting their trailers. The experience was great. I must say they had very good PR. Their public relations was off the chain because everything was like, wow, and yes, and it had you interested. It had you like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to be a business owner. I'm going to get my trailer. Like that's how it was shown. Excuse me. So, and I do apologize. I have sinus issues right now. So I'm talking through my nose. It goes in and out. So I apologize for that. But anyway, so I get to Florida and they were located on Sand Lake. So went up there, talked to Mario because he was the one that I always saw at the videos. And I said, that's the one I want. I want to talk to him. So I ended up talking with him. I got financed. And then little by little, it just started like the communication wasn't the same. And I brought it to him. I was like, and I joke a lot, but I was like, just because I bought a trailer, don't try to act like you don't know me. I would say like little stuff like that because that's my personality. So what's so funny about it, you know, weeks would go by, months would go by, and it's like I would go and like make my deposit payment. And then I get an email. So I got financed in December of 23, I think. So December of 23, let's just say December 23. And January 24 is when I made my first payment. I made my first payment. And March, I end up getting an email saying that due to COVID, we're waiting on parts and we're not going to have the food trailer. And it was just, I'm like, okay, I didn't think none of it. And then April, made a payment, May. So I'm making my payments on a food trailer and then I'm making my deposit. I kid you not, August, I went in to make my last $1,000 deposit. And I said, what's going on? What's up with the food trailer? Oh, well, I start getting a lot of excuses. And I'm like, well, you said in March that I wouldn't get it in May because I was supposed to get my food in May. So I'm like, what's going on? What's the status? They couldn't tell me anything. So they had me to talk to an office manager, and I forgot his name, but the office manager just started. He didn't know what I was talking about, and he said, "Well, we're gonna have an email. We're gonna send you an email because I had to leave." The email said that I will get it in October, but they didn't know which date, and I was like, "Okay." So I called both Click Lease and I called One Fat Frog. So I called Click Lease and I said, look, One Fat Frog, they're not getting us, they're giving me the runaround with my trailer, what's going on. Please said, well, if they tell you that they'll give you a refund, we'll give you back the money. I said, okay. I called One Fat Frog, talk to Mario. Mario said, nope, we don't do refunds. I'm like, you gonna give me my money. Like I said, I joke a lot. So I'm from Chicago, and that Chicago was coming out of me. I'm like, no, you're gonna give me my money. And then it just went south from there. So I went ahead and filed 2 lawsuits uh, here in Florida. And I was just going through the motions just like everybody else. What I can't understand is we, including me, We reached out to all the politicians that we can reach out to. Rick Scott, Marco Rubio, Ron DeSantis, Ashley Moody, Maxwell Frost. We reached out to so many people, they did nothing. Nothing. I guarantee you, if it was them or one of their family members or close friends, they would have done something. And what I want to say before I give the mic to Marin, what I want to say is we need to get laws changed here in Florida for small claims. Because currently the small claims is $8,000. That's how One Fat Frog got away with a lot of stuff. They knew that if we tried to file a lawsuit, anything over $8,000, you need a lawyer. Well, no lawyer would help you because the lawyers here don't take small claim cases. So they knew that and they played on it. And that's how they got away with, I call it food murder. They got away with that. And I tweeted all these people who I just said, those politicians, and nothing. So I fault not just my Fat Frog, I fault the state of Florida because, like I said, the small claims should be more than 8,000. I lived in Texas and there's up to $20,000. So here, I don't care what I got to do. I don't care if it takes me 20 years to get it changed. We need to change the small claims law. We need to increase the small claims from 8,000 to at least 20,000. So nobody else have to go through this ever. Also, we need to get small claims. We don't have lawyers that take these cases. Everything in Florida is injury. Oh, they'll get into an accident. They'll be all over. But when it comes to small claims, consumer protections, oh yeah, they ain't gonna help you out.
And
Even a
that's
pro
another.
bono, I couldn't even
I'm
hold
sorry.
on for a
That's what.
second. I couldn't even
Hmm.
get a pro, I couldn't get a pro bono lawyer to do anything. So that's what I want to see happen. Now I can pass the mic to Marin.
One thing that I would like to say is, you said about changing the law when it comes to the small claim going from 8,000, whatever. I think what One Fat Frog has done is run from their, what's the word, from their responsibility, or from what's coming. You know, the the bankruptcy is not something that they could just do just to get away from their criminal activities, because I think anytime somebody, like, I can't just take your money and promise you something and then just file for bankruptcy because I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
bankruptcy is set to help those that are actually in a legitimate situation. And I don't think One Fat Frog really falls under the that. I think what they've done is, I honestly believe, and I think a lot of us do believe, that what they've done is collect our money, and then when we start speaking out, saying, "Hey, we're not gonna go for this," because okay. First, maybe I should introduce myself and let you know how I got to this situation. I am all the
Yes,
way in
please.
South. I'm all the way in South Dakota, and what my dream is and was uh, to own a little cafe. It didn't have to be big, but I wanted to own a small cafe next to a bakery because I've always my grandma always wanted a restaurant and she just did not succeed. So all I wanted was a little small cafe. And when I met with my business planner, he's like, a cafe is so much work. Why don't you start out with a food trailer? And, we talked about that. It made sense for me to go with a food trailer because it sounded, like why have that monthly payment, monthly expenses when I could just pay off this, that's a big chunk of change. I don't have that big chunk of change. That's the reason why I took the loan from the state of South Dakota. And this is not my money, by the way. This is the state's money that I'm fighting to get back. But $50,000 I borrowed from the state. Um, and I said, okay, if I would to do $50,000 and got in a cafe, it would not get me far. So I'm like, if I bought uh, um, a food trailer, I could, start somewhere. So that's how I came across One Fat Frog. I seen their advertisement. I looked at their Google and everything so sound legitimate. I called and I said, "Hey, I'm interested in one of your food trailer. How does it work?" And they're like, "Yeah, we've been in business for." I'm like, "Yeah, I see that you've been in business for a long time, and you're the largest manufacturing company in the state. I mean, in the world, actually." And I was just like, I was so impressed. I'm like, I'm gonna have a food trailer from this company. I was so excited to have my name attached to One Fat Frog, and I my salesperson was Mabel. I contacted her and start talking to her, and life happened. And then I said, okay, I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna do my business right now because I need to focus on other things because I had other life events that came up. And she would call me and check up on me like she cared about me. And I said, you know what? Like, this is just not like, weeks. I didn't just make a decision to go with them after meeting them for a month or two. I talked to Mabel for a year. And then I finally said, you know what, Mabel? I think I'm now ready to move forward with my business plan. And I think I want to work with somebody like One Fat Frog, somebody that actually calls and check up on me and encourage me, like not to give up on my dream. And you guys are going to help me bring my dream to life. I'm like, that's the company I want to work for because like you see the commercial that people getting their trailer. And in fact, when I was FaceTiming her a few times, people were getting their trailer, and I see how excited they were and how just I'm like, I can't wait until I get to that point. So I got the loan from Grow South Dakota and gave them my money and everything. And then once they got their money, like it's just everything just turned around. Like I am no use to them anymore.
Right.
And and I remember I called, well, actually Mabel called me and she said, I just want to let you know that I'm not going to be with the company anymore. And I took another position, she said. And I said, "Oh, I'm so sad to see we're not going to finish this together." But I said, I understand. I'm happy for you. And I said, I hope we stay in touch, whatever, and I said, okay, who's going to be, who am I going to be talking to, and who's going to handle my stuff? Who do I contact? And she said, Mario. No,
Mhm.
yeah, she said Mario. No, Julio. Julio. And I said, okay, Julio.
Mhm.
And she introduced me to Julio. And at first, he was like, anything. He's like, yeah, your trailer is almost done. And I was asking him about generator and stuff like that. And he was cool at the beginning. And then I start asking him about, when it comes time to picking up, when it got closer to picking up my trailer, I'm like, okay, Julio, I'm like, my trailer should be ready. Where do I send what generation do I get, send, and whatever, whatever. And he goes like, yeah, you could just send it down. Like it was just that easy. I'm like, okay, who's gonna collect it? What do you guys do? And I'm glad that I didn't do it, because that's another thing that I saved on, because I did not send a generator, because I was like, and they made it sound like they want you to send the generator there because they're gonna put it together for you. They're gonna do this and they're gonna do that, and they make it sound so good. And I said, okay, you know what?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna send a generator, but I want to know when I'm gonna be able to pick up my trailer. And then he goes like, oh, your trailer. And then he started giving me the push around, and I said, hey, I said, I didn't just give you $5. I said, this is a lot of money. I said, you need to answer me. Where's my trailer? I feel like I'm getting scammed. That was my exact word. And he said, I promise you nobody's scamming you. But what did he say? He said something about like uh I feel like you're threatening me. And I said, I'm not threatening you. I just need to know where my trailer is. Trust me, I'm not trying to threaten you. I just need to know what my trailer is. And he goes like, "Oh, you could come." And I said, if I come down there to get my trailer, I said, you're going to be responsible for my flight, because it's not down the street. I live in South Dakota, and it's all the way in Florida. The only time I plan to travel to Florida is to pick up my stuff. And if I get there, it's either to pick up my trailer or to get my money back. And he goes like, "Oh, you could come here and call the cops if you want. They're not gonna do nothing. They'll just tell you whatever." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like, it sounds like they had that interaction before, And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I'm
Right.
like, "Is this the?" He just he just sounds like he knew what was going to happen, because that's exactly what happened when we went down to Florida. Because I was so let me go back a little bit. So I made a complaint
Mhm.
to Ashley Moody, of course, like to the Attorney General in Florida, and they said make a complaint to the public safety and the consumer
Mhm.
protection, all that. I made all my complaint in Florida. Nobody would even respond to me. I think Ashley Moody did respond and say, not, I don't even think it was her. It was probably a computer generated stuff that said, oh, this and that, and
But
then
she
just
did the
follow.
most.
She, but
She did the
I
most out of all everybody.
out of everybody, she did. I think at least she's the only person I even got an email from.
Tried.
In my state, when I somebody said, okay, you also need to make a complaint to your state, the state you live in, and my state is the one that did the most, because when I complained to this consumer protection and Sioux Falls in South Dakota, that's when they did the most. They're like, okay, we're gonna get to it. So that's when One Fat Frog. That's when they decide to file for bankruptcy, because Tom, you remember Tom, right? The big guy. he was he was telling the he was telling them my food trailer. Well, Pat at first was telling me that my food trailer only needed the vent hood, and if I wanted to go from
Mm.
the square to the mushroom style, my food trailer would be ready to go. So I said, okay, you know what? When should I pick it up? And he said, well, he kept going like January, February, and then he said January, but January for sure. The second time I spoke to him, January it will be done. So I went in January and I said, okay, I'm here to pick up. That's when it was actually coincident because some of the group met me there. And I said, okay, I'm here to pick up my food trailer or my money back because I said I'm not making another uh, trip over here. That's it. That's what I'm here to do, and I don't care. I'm here.
Right.
And it's kind of funny because we've called the sheriff to make sure there was no problem between any of us. The sheriff said it's what did they say? It was not. They couldn't get involved because it's a civil matter, but they kept hovering around to make sure that we
Hmm.
didn't do anything. But they can be there to take a report or nothing. Like who called who, like we called them, but they wouldn't come out there to take
Right.
our report. But once we got to One Fat Frog, because we called them from down the street before we got there, they wouldn't come down to take our report or nothing. They talked to us on the phone. But once we got to One Fat Frog and we were talking to them and we were in the building, they kept driving around to make sure, like, what are we gonna do? We're just there to pick up our food trailer. We didn't go
Right.
there for any other attention besides to get our food trailer or our money back. But they like Connie's like, I am so sorry, my ex-husband stole all my money. They just mock us the whole time we were there. The whole time. She's like, and you think you're in charge of the group. You need to sit down. And she just said so many things to me, and I was like, I'm not here to argue with you. I just want my I don't even know who you are. I know the company I work for. Who are you? And she's like, I'm the owner. And I'm like, okay, if you're the owner, you
Mhm.
obviously know where my money is or where my trailer is. Just give me my trailer or my money. And she's like, well, let's talk to the group. Let's see what they want. And I'm like, I don't care what they want. They don't live my life. I just want what I paid for. What
Right.
I want what. And she was like trying to get us to have an issue with each other, and it was such a bad situation. Then when I came back, I made a complaint to the consumer protection here in South Dakota. That's what they said. Yeah, she was here making her 15-minute fame, and she talked back to the owner like, excuse me, she stole $40,000 from me. She's lucky that's all I did. Talk back to her. You know, it's like we need our money. That's like I just want my money back. I don't know what America we live in, but she can't just keep our money and just do not. What is she gonna do? Like, why is it? Okay, now
Right.
my problem is not even with One Fat Frog now, but with the consumer protection in Florida. They have like, I could understand if this happened to one or two or three, even 10 of us. 700 people,
But over 700.
over 700 people. So somebody was getting their hand greased, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah. It's
Why?
sad because they allow this company. they allow this company to get away with so much. And like I
And they're
said,
still getting away with it.
everyone that we contact, I know because they created Phoenix food trailers
Hmm. And
and
then
manufacturing Maverick.
Maverick Manufactory. Hmm. And it's just like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know what we have to do. But we're not going to stop. I mean, we're not going to stop. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to be like 100 years old. If I'm alive, I'm still going to be talking about it. Connie has threatened me. She's like, she thinks she's entitled to my money. I'm like, girl, like, I've worked so hard. It's like, it's so sad because it's not even just money that they stole from us. It's like our dream. It's like everything, everything they stole from us.
Right.
And there was I've been so lucky. I'm still able to keep my house, and I'm still able to. I haven't lost a lot of my personal stuff, but I've lost a lot of my mental health. I feel like this have drained me to the ground. And there's some people that have got divorced over this. Some people that have gone homeless because of this. There's so many people that it's like they're taking it like lightly. It's like, and why did they only like, you realize there might be 700, over 700 people. How many of us are minorities? How many of us are color? And I hate to say that, but it's the reality. Why did they only get the reason why they got away with it is because they were doing this to us, and not to do this to too many Caucasians.
Well, they had other businesses, so they had top companies who purchased food trailers. Never once did they mess up with them because they have bigger lawyers than they
Hmm.
do. So of course they never messed up on the companies, the bigger companies that actually, bought trailers with them. I want to say this
Hmm.
first. So I see 4 to 5 people watching. If you're watching, go ahead and click that link. Click the link if you're a victim and you want to come on. When you click the link, it's going to have you to check your mic. I have to see who you are. You can't be behind an avatar. We're only going to stay on for like 10 more minutes. We're going to do more of these. So I
Yeah, we
just want to
have to
let you
do
know
more of
that
this.
we're going to do
We
more of
have to
these
do
because
more of
we need
this.
to get more. Yeah, because it's over 700. We
We,
have over 700
we're
people
gonna talk.
and we need to get everybody's story out.
We need to talk about this more. And I think, I honestly feel like if it wasn't for the page, if it wasn't for us speaking out, they would still be doing this under One Fat Frog. I guarantee you they would still be doing this
Oh, of
under One Fat
course.
Frog.
Of
Of course.
course.
And now they're doing it under
Yeah.
other companies. So
Yeah.
until they stop doing this to us, to people like us, to people, period, don't matter who they are, we have to keep talking about it, keep fighting, and keep doing whatever. Use what God gave us, you know? Okay, yep. We have somebody that wants to tell our story. Go ahead and let him in. His name is Robert. Uh,
He didn't click the link. He got to click the link on YouTube. He has to go to YouTube and I have the link. He needs to click the link.
okay, I don't know if I'm gonna lose you if I start talking to him, but let him know, okay?
All right. Mute yourself. So while she's doing that, um, we will have more of these on this channel. and I do want to get everyone's story, but you can't be scared to tell your story. We need to be bold, and this is the problem. We need more people to step up to the plate. These people stole from you. They stole from me too. It just can't be a handful of people. It has to be people who's going to say, you know what? Enough is enough. I need my money back. We need to get this done. I don't care if it takes 10 to 20 years. We're going to get these laws changed. I don't care who does it. It could be Republican, Independent, Democrat, all three of them. I don't give a damn. We just need to get these laws changed in Florida because it's ridiculous that when you have small claims that's $8,000 and you need a lawyer anything over $8,000, no one will help you. No pro bono, nobody's helping you. But I guarantee you, if one of those politicians, it happened to them or a big company, right? Or if it would have happened to one of their friends or the sibling or whoever, someone close to them, I guarantee you they would make a law just like that. So, since people voted for President Trump, I need you to get this video to President Trump. Tell him what this company did, what that fraud for Florida, since he's in Florida.
Yep.
Y'all need to reach out to President Trump and tell him that we need to get our money back, that this company needs to be held accountable, and we need to get laws changed. If
And
y'all to do something, it's time to do something because that's the level that I'm going on. But I can't, Marion and I, we can't do it by ourselves.
we can't do it by ourselves.
See, I'm
Yes.
the bold
And
one. I'm
and
the
the
bold
other,
one.
yes,
So this is the
we
thing.
need you.
I
we
need
need
other.
you. Yes.
Hold on.
We
Hold
need
on.
everyone.
I need other
Mhm.
leaders.
And the other
I
thing I
need
want to
other
say too
leaders.
is like,
And that's the issue that I have. Hold on, Marion. I need other leaders. So if you're a victim of one fat fraud and you lost money, I need you to click on the link. If you're watching, we're going to do more of these. But the thing is, you have to step up. You don't step up. This is how they got away with it. Speak up. Don't be scared. It doesn't matter if your English is not proficient. It doesn't matter. We'll understand you. Money is money, and I don't care what language. Money is money. People steal is. I don't care. That's what it is. So we have 5 more minutes. What happened to your person?
okay, so he said he wants to do it next time. That's okay. Well, we plan to do more. I was gonna
See, this is
say,
why. This is why.
yeah, this is
Yeah, but
why
I
they
don't
keep
know.
getting, uh, like you said, we need to be bold about our story because this is our story. We can't fight for you. You have to fight for yourself. We can't tell your story.
Yep.
You have to tell your story because this is how, I was thinking about why were they able to get away? Not just because they have other resources why they were, but also because we did not fight back. You know, there was not people like us to
Didn't
stand
speak up. Yep.
back and say, no, God damn it, you're not allowed to steal my money, my hard-earned money, my dream. You can't steal my dream. I don't care if you feel like you're entitled, but you're not entitled. You're not my goddamn kids. You know, I'm working hard for my kids. I work all my life for Connie to steal my money. No, we didn't. So if you want to tell your story, you have to do it for yourself. We can't do it for you. You know, they're not gonna like.
Yep.
I think she's done the most. I don't know who else she's done the most to. She's threatened me. I don't care. Honest to God, this woman, I don't know if she's capable of doing this to 700 people. There's a possibility where she could hurt me, but I don't care because she's already done that. The way I feel, she's already hurt me so
She's,
bad,
yeah, I wouldn't even worry about that.
you know? It's like, but we have to tell our story. We have to tell our story. I'm going to tell my story. This is the worst thing I've ever come across, the worst pain I've ever come across. And I
What happened? All right. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for her to come back on. Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi situation is a little bit different. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I know I'm at the top of the line Wi-Fi now, so I don't know why mine is acting up. I think it's my computer. Let's blame it on the computer. But no, so what we're going to do is we're going to do more of these because we need to get everyone's story. But you know what? You got to be bold enough. You got to tell your own story. You have to tell your own story. Let me see if I can get her back on. Oh, she got a. All right, she just got to pop back on. So hold on. Let me add her. Uh, yeah, I don't know what happened. But yeah, so we're gonna get together and plan the time because I have other things going on and she has other things going on. So it's not a definite date that we're gonna go. We're just gonna do it. So you gotta pay attention to the Facebook group. We're gonna add the other Facebook group as well. And we didn't have time to tell them and put a link. So the next time what we're gonna do is add the other Facebook group that we have as well. And we're gonna do it together. So all right, until she comes back on, because I'm actually about to go off. So I'm signing off. Please, if you're watching this on a replay, please leave your comments because the more people that see this, share this, I want to make sure that we can go on a day and time that people will be ready. So, like I said, make sure when you're watching this on the replay that you give this a thumbs up and leave your comments, and then I'll reply back to the comments. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.